Hello everyone, welcome to Applied Chemistry Tutorials. Today we are going to discuss about mean, median and mode. Let us start with a brief introduction. Statistics deals with data analysis and its proper interpretation. For any chemical and physical experiments we generate data, and thoughtful understanding of this data helps us to properly conclude our observations. It is well known that experiments can lead us to observations, and from observation we can have conclusions, but there are two hidden steps between observation and conclusion. We have to obtain data, and this data needs to be analyzed to have a proper conclusion. So let us talk about the central tendency and dispersion first. To validate repeatability and reproducibility of any experiment, we need to carry out same experiment multiple times. Also, different factors influencing the experiment change one at a time to know how it is affecting the outcome. So we now have lots of data. For this, we need to measure the central tendency and dispersion of a data set. So, what is central tendency? Central tendency is nothing but where the data points are centered in a given data set, and dispersion is how these data are scattered from the central tendency. Measurement of central tendency can be carried out in three ways: mean, median, and mode. Let us take an example to understand the central tendency of an ungrouped or discrete data set. Consider there are two boxes A and B, each contains 10 small bottles of diluted hydrochloric acid. Volume in milliliter in each bottle can be given as follows: for box A 5 ml, 7 ml, 3 ml, etc., and for box B 5.5 ml, 3.5 ml, 3 ml, etc. Now we need to find out the mean, median and mode of this data for two boxes. Let's start with mean. Say x1, x2, x3 up to xn are the values of n quantities. Then mean x bar can be given as x bar equals to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus dot dot up to xn divided by n, or it can be written as summation of n equals to 1 to I xi divided by n. So for our given example, for box A, the mean of the data can be calculated as x bar of box A, a summation of all the values or the volume of diluted HCl in milliliter divided by number of bottles or 10, so it's equals to 4.2. Therefore we can say that the mean for box A is 4.2 ml of diluted HCl. Similarly, we can easily calculate the mean for box B, which is equals to 4.05 ml of diluted HCl. So it is clear that the mean represents the average value. Here volume in milliliter of the diluted HCl contained the small bottles in each boxes. The next topic is median. So median gives us the middlemost observation in a data. To find out median, we need to first arrange the data in ascending order. Say x1, x2, x3 up to xn are the values of n quantities. So if n is odd, then median is n plus 1 by 2th observation. If n is even, then median is the average of n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th observation. So let us go back to the previous example for box A and box B as we discussed earlier. So clearly in this example, n equals to 10 for box A. After arranging the values in ascending order, we need to find out the average of n by 2th observation or 5th observation, and n by 2 plus 1th observation or 6th observation. So after arrangement this data set in ascending order, we can obtain this newly formed data set, and the 5th and 6th observation can be given as 3.5 ml and 4 ml of diluted HCl. So clearly the average of 5th and 6th observation is 3.5 plus 4 divided by 2, or 3.75. So that is the median is 3.75 ml of diluted HCl. Now assume a researcher used up a small bottle containing 4.5 ml of diluted HCl from box B, and now we have to find out the median for the unused bottle. So for box B, this one has been used up. So clearly now n equals to 9. So after arranging the data in ascending order, we obtain a newly formed data set. In this case, the median will be the n plus 1 by 2th observation or the 5th observation, which is 4. Therefore, the median is 4 ml of diluted HCl. So we need to remember that the median signifies the central tendency of a data set, below which the bottom 50% of the data and above which the top 50% of the data remain. For box A, 50% of small bottles contain less than 3.75 ml of diluted HCl and 50% contains more than that. Similarly, if we consider the box B, after removal of the 4.5 ml HCl bottle, this value is 4 ml. Now let us discuss about mode. So mode is central tendency of a data where an observation appears at a maximum frequency. So the similar example for box A and box B. For box A, we can see there the number 3 appears thrice, so the mode is 3, or we can say the mode is 3 ml of diluted HCl. For box B, we can see the existence of two modes. 3 appears thrice, and we can see 4 also appears thrice in this data set. So we have two modes, 3 and 4 ml of diluted HCl. So box A has a single mode, whereas box B is multimodal, or in this case is bimodal. So mode is an important central tendency because it gives the values which appears the most frequently in a given data set. So now let us represent it graphically using Gaussian distribution. So if our data set is symmetrical, then clearly we can have mean, median and mode on a single point, which these 3 points overlaps on each other. Generally speaking, the mode always remains on the top of the curve of frequency versus values, because it gives us the most frequent number that appears in a given data set. But the appearance of mean and median can be changed in real cases. So here we can see a positively skewed curve and a negatively skewed curve, where median and mean deviated from the mode or the topmost point. So if it is deviated from the mode in the right hand side, we can obtain a positively skewed curve, and whether if it is in the left hand side of the mode, then we can have a negatively skewed curve. So in our example, for box A, we have the mode values of 3 ml of HCl, median is 3.75 ml of HCl, and mean is 4.2 ml of HCl. So clearly this is a positively skewed distribution. Also in many cases we can have negatively skewed distribution. So this sums up the basic of the mean, median and mode. For our next video, please stay tuned with our channel. Thank you.